It has happened again. Another major company scrambling after hackers shut down their computer system. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price.
And I'm Alicia Summers. They're called ransomware attacks, and they can bring businesses to a standstill.
Scripps Health is still working through an attack they had last week that caused some surgeries and doctors' visits to be postponed. And now a fuel pipeline that serves the East Coast is offline.
News 8's Brandon Lewis explains why this is happening and how you can protect yourself.
Yeah, Steve and Alicia, it's been more than a week that Scripps has been dealing with this attack. So tonight, we want to help you understand what is ransomware and why this is happening. We found many of these ransomware attacks are likely going to keep happening. A ransomware incident usually starts innocently enough, maybe an interesting special promotion offer or an email disguised as coming from your boss. But once you click on the link or download the file, it can kick off a debilitating attack.
That payload moves across the organization quickly, locking up computers as it goes. And within a matter of hours, the entire IT infrastructure is down.
The hackers often post messages like these demanding money to release data, but that's exactly what law enforcement recommends against.
The FBI is very specific about, don't pay any ransom because, you may never get back what you're paying for anyway.
Cyber experts say with more employees working remotely, there are more links in the digital chain. Then add in third-party vendors with their own security practices, and businesses can find themselves behind.
Our industrial networks are way more connected than they ever have been before. We haven't historically invested in them as much. Once we do that, we will see a lot of that risk reduce.
Until then, ransomware remains profitable for hackers. Internet security company SonicWall says cases surged 40% last year. The average payment jumped from a few $1,000s in 2018 to more than $230,000.
Your thesis, of course, is if they cause lots of harm, they're much more likely to get paid.
And that can put hospitals, utilities, and other major industries squarely in a hacker's crosshairs, which is why it's well worth it to double and triple check before opening unexpected emails or files.
It's death by 1,000 cuts. And that's the concern, is yet another important bit of information is now out there circulating among the organized fraud communities.
There is no timeline for how long it can take to recover from a ransomware attack. It really comes down to what the hackers got into, whether anything was compromised, and how long it takes to get everything operational once again. Steve and Alicia?
Thanks, Brandon. Fire crews have knocked down a 2.5-acre brush fire that broke out in Allied Gardens this afternoon. It was reported just before 3 in a canyon just off Mission Gorge Road and Princess View Drive near a rock quarry. Helicopters and firefighters on the ground were able to stop its spread before it threatened any homes. As of now, it's about 10% contained. Crews will remain on the scene mopping up for the next couple of hours. A late-night shooting at a La Mesa bar leaves 3 injured. Police say bullets started flying during a fight at the Alibi Bar in the 5000 block of Baltimore Drive around 1 this morning. Officers arrived to find one man on the ground suffering from a gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital. 2 other men were shot, but they made it to the hospital on their own. All are expected to make full recoveries. If you have any information on this shooting, call La Mesa Police or Crime Stoppers.
Well, you might remember last Mother's Day, we were in the thick of the pandemic stay-at-home order, leaving many to celebrate virtually. But this year, as things continue to return to normal, moms got to go out and enjoy some of the usual activities.
Yeah, News 8's Tim Blodgett caught up with some moms in the gas lamp where a pop-up flower shop was giving away free flowers.
It's a small token of appreciation for the woman that's gotten you everything. But with the promise of a free flower at the gas lamp, I wanted to speak with moms on what this day means to them.
Happy Mother's Day!
I think we can all agree that at brunch o'clock on a Mother's Day, the woman that brought us into the world deserves a mimosa.
I'm celebrating Mother's Day with my children. I had a little champagne, so I'm feeling nice. But I'm like this anyway.
But in the gas lamp this afternoon, moms, grandmoms, dog moms, and really anyone who has a mom got a colorful flower to share or keep. It's for the mothers that held it together through the pandemic.
Do you remember you doing Mother's Day last year, 2020?
Yes, I do, exactly. And it was awful.
awful. We went to Target.
That's all we did.
Because it was all that was open, and we walked around and got like tchotchkes
And for the mothers that guided us through life.
Well, my mother is the coolest mother ever, okay? She actually showed me how to be a mom, you know, so I just want to let everybody know in the whole world I'm about the coolest mom ever.
And for the mothers that aren't here with us.
We're celebrating Mother's Day. My mom passed away, but you know what? We're doing stuff in her honor today.
So for the moms, wherever they may be, let them know you love them in one way or another.
I love my children. I love being a mom. It's the greatest thing ever in life.
She's the best human I've ever met. She's so special. She reminds us, my siblings and I, every day to go be a blessing and bless those around us and love as much as we can. So.
And these are for Emily Blodgett in St. Paul, Minnesota. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Send things back to you.
I literally have goosebumps from that story. That was so sweet.
Yeah, you can never express your love enough to Mom.
You can't thank Mom enough, for sure.
I know. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. It was nice, cool spring day out there for all the moms. But what's in store for the week ahead?
Meteorologist Sean Stiles joins us now with a first look at your microclimate forecast. And Sean, I don't even care what the forecast is the rest of the week because you so delivered today.
We did our best. There was a lot of pressure coming from that side of the camera. You guys really laid it on me. Right now, we're still enjoying some beautiful weather out there. We're talking mid-60s coastal, and once you get inland, a little bit warmer, but boy, it is nice out there. The winds were not all that extreme. Over the mountains, into the mountains, we had some windy conditions, but for the most part, it is looking very nice right now. What can we expect for the next 3 days? Well, it looks like more of the same along the coastline. Late night, early morning clouds. We saw those. We promised them. They delivered, and then basically burned off completely. And then we had some hazy sunshine. That's going to be the case until we get into, say, midweek as high pressure starts to rebuild in over the eastern Pacific. That's the west coast of California. It's not a dominant high pressure. It's not a big, huge one, but just enough to kind of nudge the clouds out a little bit earlier. Inland, you'll see those clouds, but boy, by the time we get to Wednesday, no clouds at all. We're talking about very thin marine layer, quick burn off, and mostly sunny skies for everybody west of the mountains. Steve, Alicia?
All right, John, thanks. Well, tonight there is a big controversy in horse racing, and this comes just a week after the Kentucky Derby. It has now been revealed that the winner of the first Triple Crown race, Medina Spirit, failed a post-race drug test.
That has this victory in jeopardy and has put this Hall of Fame trainer, Bob Baffert, in some pretty hot water. Our John Howard joins us now with more, including what happens if Medina Spirit is disqualified from the race.
Hi, Alicia and Steve. For starters, legendary trainer Bob Baffert has been suspended by Churchill Downs, so for the time being, he cannot race horses there. That's because Medina Spirit, the horse he trains that won the Kentucky Derby last weekend, tested positive for excess use of a topical steroid cream. After the Derby, the horse was found to have more than twice the legal limit of betamethasone, an anti-inflammatory. Baffert denies all accusations and says he will fight the test results.
Yesterday, I got the biggest gut punch in racing for something that I didn't do. And this is really, it's disturbing. It's an injustice to the horse. I don't know what's going on in racing right now, but there's something not right. And I don't feel embarrassed. I feel like I was wronged. This horse was never treated with that, and he's a great horse. He doesn't deserve this.
This story will continue to run. Officials at Churchill Downs say if the findings are confirmed in a split sample test, Medina Spirit will be disqualified and runner-up Mandaloun will be declared the winner of this year's Kentucky Derby. Meanwhile, the Preakness Stakes, the second leg of horse racing's Triple Crown, is just 6 days away. So there will be plenty of talk around the stables this week at Pimlico. Steve and Alicia, back to you. I'll have more during our sportscast around 5:50.
All right, you know, one thing horse racing doesn't need is more controversies.
I know. And on top of that, there's so much money at stake.
Yes.
So, geez, not a good situation.
All right, we'll continue to follow that. A Mother's Day blood drive today in National City in honor of a special baby with a rare form of anemia.
She needs blood transfusions every 3 weeks to live, basically for life. Other than that, she's a normal, happy kid, but she just needs these blood transfusions.
7-month-old baby Sevi beat the odds when she was born with the help of 6 intrauterine transfusions and high-risk prenatal care. While today's donations may not necessarily be going to Sevi, her parents are glad it will be going to others who need it.
We didn't realize the importance of blood transfusions until we were faced with the reality of her needing this for life. So we know other families are in the same boat, not necessarily with thalassemia, but with other conditions.
If you're interested in donating in baby Sevi's name, just mention donation code SB21 when you sign up next to give blood.
San Diegans always come out for these kinds of things, right?
I have faith.